Alright, so biofuels, what are they made of? Food. Yep, that's correct. So the prices of food will go up because the demand is higher because they're making these biofuels. This obviously leads to shortages in the food because people can't afford high-priced food, obviously, even though it's a inelastic good.
Wait. Why would you waste all this food when there are starving kids in Africa? It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, I'm Jake the Quote Guy. In farming communities and factory towns far from Wall Street, the American ethanol industry supports some 400,000 jobs, contributes $53.6 billion to the gross domestic product, GDP, and pays $15 billion annually in federal and state taxes, far surpassing the cost of federal tax incentives for ethanol. Meanwhile, according to the Government Accountability Office, the oil industry has received over $130 billion in tax incentives for the past 30 years, and that is a quote from New York Times, Bob Deneen.
What the frack?
You got that right, fracking.
Pennsylvania, fracking, oil, George Bush. What do they have to do? Explain it.
Right, so fracking is hydraulic fracturing, okay? Right here it says fracturing fluid. It's a mix of water, sand,
Stop,
and chemicals.
shut up. The economic governments also jumped on the biofuel bandwagon. George Bush saw biofuels as a route to independence, signing into law rules that set a minimum prices and required refiners and importers to sell increasing amounts of biofuels each year. But in 2013, 2 years ago, America was supposed to be burning fuels at nearly 38,000 million liters a year of cellulosic biofuels from woody plants. But they went through some toils and troubles. But instead of roaring into the life, the biofuel industry stalled. Startups went bust, surviving companies scaled back their plants, and as prices of first-generation biofuels rose, consumers' interest waned, demand went down. The spread of fracking, meanwhile, unlocked new oil and gas reserves and provided an alternate path to energy independence. By 2012, America's Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, had slashed the 2013 target for biofuels. Just what went wrong? We don't know.
But wait, there's more.
There's a second journey.
Alright.
There's a second journey. There's a second journey. There's a second generation. There's a second generation.
There's a second generation.
There's a second
process.
generation.
I'm Jake the Quote Guy again. Here's another quote. Just as the food versus fuel argument has proved controversial for today's biofuels, flora versus fuel could be an equally tough struggle for tomorrow's. The Economist. It's a new type of biofuel.